The second big mistake I see a lot of people make is trying to get their presentation and their whole business thing perfect before they get started. Whether that's spending a lot of money on new logos, spending hours and hours trying to polish up a presentation till it's absolutely perfect, spending hours and hours creating the product before they step on stage. I believe the best thing you can do is get out and start talking and start building a list straight away, because it's in the interaction with your public, in the interaction with your audience, that your business will really start to take shape. So don't go waiting for hours, just get started. I think that's one of the biggest things you need to remember. And then the last mistake that I see people make is that they forget that speaking is the great unsecret. You may have seen the movie The Secret, and there's little secrets to this and secrets to that. Well, I believe speaking is an unsecret. You see, people will spend hours, months, years trying to figure out the secrets of how to make money online through internet marketing using, Twitter and Facebook and, all these weird and wonderful things, when they're not computer people. They're people. For me, for myself, I'm a people person. And the thought of sitting down and spending hours and hours and hours trying to figure out how to make internet marketing work just drives me to distraction. Now, there are some people who are really, really good at that and they enjoy it. But if you're a people person, and trust me, if you're a coach or a consultant or someone who's enjoys spending time with people, the best way you could build your business is to start speaking. And you probably already know it, but for some reason you're not doing it or not doing it enough. So that's another thing. I think people spend hours trying to learn the wrong things. Why not spend... Look, I almost feel a little bit silly sharing this information for free, because for me, I've made a lot of money through speaking and I get a lot of opportunities to speak. And if you get good at this, I might start losing some of those opportunities. However, I recognize that there are so many different personalities in the world and so many different messages. And your message is a powerful one, so you've just got to get it out there. Stop trying to have it perfect before you move ahead. And if you're already speaking, get out there more, because the world needs passionate people sharing their message. So now that we've had a look at some of those mistakes, as I said, keep an eye out, because we will be sharing more in terms of video training on those over the course of the next few weeks. But now that we've covered off those mistakes, let's have a look at the 3 phases of growth. Because these 3 phases of speaking business growth are really going to help you to get your head in the right place in terms of what you should be spending time on. So in this little section, you're going to discover that whether you're just starting out or whether you're already an established speaker, what are the next steps you should be doing in terms of building up your credibility and building up your celebrity as a speaker and building up your business through speaking. So these are the 3 phases of business growth. Number 1 is your business foundation. Number 2 is business growth. And number 3 is branding. Now, I know that there's going to be some branding experts out there who see this and go, what? Branding is the last thing? You've got to be thinking about your brand before you go out and start getting out there in the public eye. If you're Coca-Cola, maybe. But if you are someone who's dedicated to getting a business started and growing quickly, making a profit quickly, accelerating quickly, growing into a 6- or 7-figure business within the first 12 months to 3 years, you don't want to focus on branding first. Here's what I've discovered with the people that I've worked with. With our clients, and certainly with myself and with my clients, what I've discovered is that speakers are people who discover exactly what their brand is when they're actually communicating with the audience. It's in the delivery of the presentation and the refining and so on that you discover exactly what it is your audience wants from you, exactly what they love, what they don't really care so much about, and I guess what's the 80-20 principles inside of your business. You know, what's the 20% of information that you share that 80% of your audience love? What's the 20% of products that you're selling that get you 80% of your revenue? Who are the 20% of your market that buy 80% of your products? And it's not until you're actually out delivering presentations and selling your products and getting your coaching clients, your consulting clients, or whatever it might be, It's not until you actually do that, until you're speaking, that you discover who, the real brand that you should be promoting. That's not to say that you should start with ugly things and you should not have some concept of the direction you're going, but branding does come third. So let's wind it right back to the beginning. Now that we understand why I put branding last, and let's wind it right back to the beginning and look at where you should start. Step number 1, your business foundation. There are a few key things you really need to get in place from a foundational perspective. You don't have to have everything knuckled down exactly, but you do need to have some foundational things in place before you start going out and speaking. And those things are these. Number 1, your speaking identity. You have to have a really good, solid identity. Number 2 is your niche. We're going to go into that in more detail here in a moment, your niche. Number 3 is your elegant business model plan. You don't have to have it totally created, but you need to have a plan for your elegant business model. So step 1 is your identity, step 2 is your niche, and step 3 is your elegant business model. Let's go into each of those in a little bit of detail now. By the way, I know this video is a little bit longer than most videos on YouTube, but here's the thing. I believe that we need to absolutely revolutionize the way that speaking is being conducted out there. And I want to get this information out to as many people as I possibly can. So if you're liking this video and you're recognizing that it's full of content and stuff that you can apply straight away, please tell your friends about it, because this is what I want to do. I want to get this information out to as many people as I possibly can. I'm giving away for free, so get it out there.